Okay, great. Well, many of you know me. My name is Neve O'Sullivan. I am the manager of social enterprise and networks at BiSocial Canada. And up next, I'll be walking you through key findings from the 2024 BiSocial Canada survey of our certified social enterprises. This data reflects responses from 124 organizations that are operating 182 certified social enterprises from all across the country. And together, the results show a sector that continues to grow, strengthen communities, and create meaningful jobs while still tackling persistent systemic barriers. I want to say a big thank you to all the organizations who responded to the survey. Because of your contributions, this data captures many diverse business models and impact areas across Canada's social enterprise ecosystem. I also wanted to note that today is World Social Enterprise Day, and it's a global day created to raise the profile of the social enterprise movement and show the transformative impact it is having across the world. It's a great chance for all of us to celebrate social enterprise stories, connect with and learn more about fellow social enterprises, and feel part of this community, which is changing lives on pretty much every continent. This event is being celebrated by organizations all across the planet, and it's why we wanted to choose this date to celebrate stories from the Canadian social enterprise sector. So, as a refresher for any of you that are newer to this conversation, a social enterprise is a business that generates majority of its revenue through the sale of goods and services. They have a clearly defined social, cultural, and environmental purpose embedded in their business practices, and they reinvest the majority of their profits back into their purpose. So at least 51% or more of profits are reinvested back into their social, cultural, or environmental purpose, with either none or limited distribution of profits to owners or shareholders. This definition is also used by the Social Enterprise Council of Canada, and it's internationally aligned with the Social Enterprise World Forum, Social Enterprise UK, BiSocial Scotland, the Government of South Korea, Social Traders in Australia, Social Enterprise Ghana, Social Enterprise Ethiopia, BiSocial USA, BiSocial Ireland, as well as many others. So, as Emma presented, we've launched our new research, and I'm here to talk a bit more on the supplier side of the research. So, the impacts that our social enterprises create. The social enterprise sector represents a significant economic contribution in Canada. The total gross revenues for the social enterprises that were surveyed in 2024 was over $5.9 billion. In addition, 53 of those social enterprises reported annual revenues of over $1 million or more. And seven of these respondents had annual revenues between $10 million and $40 million in 2024. We wanted to spotlight Green Shield, which is a national health service social enterprise. They reported an annual revenue of over $5.6 billion in 2024 alone. It's massive. The social enterprises surveyed paid over $185.9 million in wages. I also want to note that this figure does not include the data from Green Shield. The reality is that number would be much higher. So this graph might be a little bit challenging to look at on a small screen. So definitely encourage you to read the report so you can get into the juicy details. But we're happy to celebrate that the financial health of the sector is stable, with 62% of respondents reporting that they're breaking even or better. We're seeing organizations expand operations and secure major contracts, both clear indicators that purchasers recognize social enterprises as high quality suppliers who offer additional social, cultural, and environmental value. Beyond economic value, social enterprises drive inclusion. Together, the respondents employ more than 12,000 people, and remarkably, over half of these employees face barriers to traditional employment. This could be people living with disabilities, those experiencing homelessness or addiction, those exiting the criminal justice system or who've experienced past incarceration, or it could be newcomers to Canada. 77% of the social enterprises intentionally offer wraparound supports. This could be mental health counseling, financial coaching, or flexible work schedules. While most respondents don't track the cost of providing these wraparound supports, 26 respondents spent a total of over $5.3 million on these supports in 2024 alone. This wraparound support spend highlights the significant financial commitment social enterprises make to deliver social, cultural, economic, and environmental value. Inclusive employment with wraparound supports results in savings to governments by supplementing social services for people facing barriers and reducing individuals' reliance on social services and income supports. But with this data, it also highlights a challenge. The cost of providing wraparound supports is a primarily unfunded increase to the operational costs for social enterprises compared to standard traditional businesses, which can jeopardize their financial sustainability in the long term. I encourage you to read the report to learn more about these wraparound supports, but it's pretty expansive. It could include a monthly stipend for transit passes, access to extended medical benefits, mental health supports and counseling. Work clothing could be hard hats, steel toe boots, high-vis vests, career coaching, financial coaching. Social events are massive. Think about the community of the employees that have been created working at these social enterprises, flexible work hours, childcare. Really impressive, all the supports that they provide. So another graph that might be a little bit challenging to read here, but I'm going to dive into some highlights. While social enterprises across Canada are creating significant social and economic value, they continue to face persistent structural barriers that limit their growth and impact. There are three main issues that come up time and time again. The first is access to non-repayable capital. This is critical for covering the costs of some of the wraparound supports I just highlighted. The second is the capacity to scale. Many social enterprises run on lean teams and have limited infrastructure, which makes it difficult to compete for larger contracts. And the third challenge is awareness and visibility. Many purchasers still don't know what social enterprise is or don't realize that certified social enterprises exist in their region. These challenges create friction for organizations that are otherwise ready to grow. This is a quote from St. John Toole Library, a certified social enterprise in St. John, New Brunswick. They shared that, they've learned all they need to learn all over the past 6 years, and what they need access to is capital for their housing initiatives. They have the plan, the talent, and the processes established, but they lack the financial capacity to move forward on these initiatives. In the report, there are even more stories with quotes you can learn more about. One of the biggest levers we have to support social enterprise success is procurement. When purchasers, including governments, corporations, and institutions, intentionally buy from social enterprises, they inject stability and growth opportunities into the sector. A multi-year contract for delivery of goods for a service is a much more reliable than a short-term grant. Supportive procurement policies, clear social value criteria, and stronger awareness campaigns can make a transformative difference to the success of a social enterprise. To fully realize the potential of social enterprises in Canada, we need systems that match the scale of the impact these organizations already produce. That means more accessible capital, stronger capacity building supports, increased market awareness on the purchaser side, and social procurement policies that reward social value creation. All of these will help social enterprises thrive in a changing marketplace. The data and highlights in our report make it clear that social enterprise is a powerful business model to promote economic inclusion and community resilience, proving that businesses can be competitive while also creating measurable social value. The question now is how we work together as a social enterprises, purchasers, funders, policymakers, and community partners to unlock the full potential of social enterprise. So read the report and look for the badge. I also wanted to highlight that the holiday season is nearing closer with each day, and at Buy Social Canada, we promote the gift social season. So we encourage you to buy the gift that gives back and purchase your gifts from a certified social enterprise this year. As you know, we have a directory on our website of certified social enterprises where you can filter by goods and services sold, including there's a whole filter for gifts. So have a look there and see the wonderful array of certified social enterprises you can buy from this year. Thank you all for tuning into my session, Sell with Impact Findings. And now I'm going to hand it back over to the lovely Emma for a discussion which will spotlight case studies of social procurement with social enterprises to show the power of buying and selling with impact in action.
Thanks, Neve.
You.
I just love the impacts that we're able to share from these reports. It's so fantastic to see the economic and the social benefit that it all creates.
Absolutely.